Looks like we're not going to have Instagram today. Unable to connect. Son of a gun. Oh well. Looks like I screwed up IG. I don't know. When I pasted the address into IG, I guess it didn't work properly. It's reset to my Rumble settings because of some stupid shit. Wow, so stupid. Fucking so stupid. Oh my God. Ugh. So stupid, man. I can't click all on, so I guess we're not going to have IG today, guys. I'm sorry. Its restream is acting weird, and when I pasted the thing in, it didn't work right. I mean, I could try to re-add Instagram, I guess. Let me just try that. Let's remove Instagram and re-add it. Because it hasn't been working right for weeks. I've had to, it's a long story, but I have to turn all channels on to get Instagram to come on. And if you do that and you've already started the show and you click all on, it resets all of your lives. That happened to me the other day. So I'm going to try to do this again. Let's add Instagram. Nay's Garden Show. Add the channel. I'm going to try to do this again. See what happens. Offline now. Let's go in, edit the settings. Stream key is showing a Rumble stream key again. Why does it do that? That doesn't even make sense. So stupid. The software is not working correctly. So I've re-added, I uninstalled and reinstalled IG. Let's see what happens. Nope, it's not working. Oh my God, it turned on that time. Holy shoot. I don't believe it. We're live. Wow, I can't believe all I did was uninstall and reinstall Instagram and it's working again. And I can turn it off and on at will, whereas before I could not. So, wow, that just fixed everything, everybody. Yay. Craig Allen, hello. Nick the Stick, good morning. Lordy Nordy, hello. Why Not Taco, good morning. Everyone thinking that Trump will win the election is hilarious because we all know what happened in 2016 when the same was predicted by Hillary. Good morning. Nay, Nick, Craig, Lordy, why not Trending Nation? No, he's got a really good point. He did Fox viewer analysis. So those are huge Trump supporters. And this guy studied Fox voters. And he came up with a number like 2.4 million voting for Nikki Haley. He said if just a fraction of them decide to not vote for Trump, he can't win the election. So, you know, you hear things like this all the time and whatever. What you need to pay attention to is that this was reported on Fox News. That's what you have to think about, okay? It's not somebody on the left. It's not some podcaster. It's not CNN or MSNBC or ABC or any of those. It was Fox News that came out with that report. And that gives it a lot more weight because they are pro-Donald Trump and they're pro-Republican. And for them to come out with that report, it says a lot. And it's something that you should look at, something you should think about, you know? If that's something you're interested in, you want to know what's going on, you're kind of curious where we're headed. That's it. I'm not saying that's for sure. I'm just saying, you know, consider the source. It's a pretty solid source coming from that side. And, you know, I don't know how the election's going to go. Another note, looks like Rumble will be the new owners of TikTok. Well, wouldn't that be great? Bro, that would work out. So I would go back on TikTok if Rumble bought it, for sure. Because then I'd be allowed to use my drugs, on TikTok, that'd be cool. His favorited news. On another note, looks like Rumble. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Fox is my favorite news station. Or Donald Trump's. I don't know. Are you talking about Donald Trump or are you talking about me? Either way, that statement works. Whether it's being sarcastic or truthful, it works both ways. So let's go ahead. Steve Running still on the YouTube while everybody else is on Rumble. Steve, why do you keep showing up on YouTube instead of Rumble, bro? Is it really that hard for you to do? Is it that hard for you, Steve Running, to tell me why you have a problem with Rumble? You can't tell me what your problem is, and that you keep showing up on YouTube instead of Rumble. Can you explain that to me? Why aren't you watching this from Rumble? It's just you, Steve. It's just you. It doesn't show up. I don't even know what that means, bro. I don't know what it doesn't show up. I don't know what that means. What do you mean it doesn't show up? All I'm saying is download the Rumble app on your phone or go to rumble.com/user/Nays Garden/live to find the live stream. When you see a YouTube message pop up, why is this rocket science for you? Why is this so challenging, bro? I mean, which part of fuck YouTube don't you get? Which part of fuck Facebook don't some other people get? Come on over to Rumble, man. You've been there before. There you are. There you are. The link doesn't show up. Now you say not now? Well, there you are. Great. That's all. Come to Rumble. And fuck YouTube and fuck Facebook. They don't deserve your fucking your patronage. They silence your favorite fucking podcast, bro. Why would you want to give them your fucking time and your support by using them? Come on over to Rumble, everybody. Steve Running, glad you made it. Welcome to the show. Let's move this chat over and pop it out so we can see it. And I shouldn't have to tell you this ever again, Steve. I'm getting so tired of telling the same people repeatedly that they should be watching this from Rumble. Now, when there's an issue with Rumble and it's not working, I get it. But at least try Rumble first. I subbed. It doesn't show up on screen. It doesn't show up. I still don't know what you mean, man. I still don't know what, happy 420 hippie chick. I still don't know what you mean by it doesn't show up on screen. I'm sorry. I'm not understanding what you're saying. It's turning around. It's turning around. I'm not in the mood to get all worked up right now, I just really don't think that we should be using Facebook or YouTube anymore. And when I stop broadcasting to those platforms, and it's going to happen, you're going to wonder where I went. You're not going to get those notifications anymore. So you might as well make the move over to Rumble now before it's too late, before you get lost in the fog, the fog of lies and narrative out there. You got to come through the fog to get to the garden, baby. Right? Nobody wants foggy internet. We're going back to the Jiffy Pop. Freeze-dried survival milk and an obviously defective flashlight remarketed as a fire starter. Did you click on them ads, bro? I can't wait to see if I get ad revenue. That'll be so cool. I'll be like, wow, this is new. Ad revenue. Wow, that's just got a ring to it, doesn't it? Fucked up join. Hello, fucked up. If you're still there. Al Ketchel, hello. Al Ketchel, hello, and Tony. Yo, Taco, is that my friend? Why not Taco about it? Tony Taco, is that the same guy over on the IG? Right on. You can see we've lost a lot of value here. My personal crypto, I've lost over 50,000 in value in the last day. I'm hanging in there, guys. I'm not cashing anything in yet. So you don't have to take my advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. The Craig Allen, yo, on my phone screen, sorry. On your phone screen, it doesn't show up on screen. Hey, that's a badass flashlight. Deer Slayer, good morning. We got good news about the house in California, everybody. It looks like Pinoy's going to be able to stay there. So we're very happy. We did get a bid for insurance that is affordable. It's half of what they claimed it was going to be. Of course, we lose any value in an insurance plan at all, but they get to still live in the home, you know, and it's having crappy insurance doesn't excite me at all, but it's better than having to toss people out on the street, you know. That is a big dab. That is probably way too big of a dab. Hey, that's exactly what we should be doing on this show. Big dabs. Trump commercial on. Oh, great. Congrats on In's find. I like the sound of that. I like it. So yeah, yesterday was a little testing for all of us, I think. And we made it through. That is going to be, dude, this is going to be such a sick dab. Oh my God. Yes, and yes. Hold, wait for it. Hold, please. Wait for it. And then we're going to get in the Cushmints. Okay. Alrighty, we're going to put this dab on top of these dabs and have 3 dabs. Wow. 3 kinds of dabs. 3 kinds of dabs on my dabber. Pinoy! What's up, buddy? Pinoy already got the good news. I spoke with him. This Shaba, is that a bongo? Yes, it is it's a Jiffy Pop popcorn bong. It's a bubbler. It's an R2 unit. It's my R2 unit. But I want to show you this dab. 3 kinds of dab. Look at that. You can see all 3 of them right there. Three kinds of dabs. 3 kinds of dabs. You can see them all. It's like a sandwich. It's going to be beautiful. Oh my God, 3 dabs at once. Yeah, it's fucking huge. And I'm stupid. And it's going to be delicioso. Delicioso. Cushy Monster. What's up, Cushy? Cushy Monster, hello if you're there. We lost Tony Yo Taco. We lost Al Ketchel. We lost Fucked Up. We lost all of them. All right, but if you were watching on the Instagram, great. I don't know why most of you choose to just swipe on by and not hang out and smoke with us, but that's cool. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff this morning. We've got video to watch and some entertainment. I'm going to be sauteed, I know. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I caught everybody in all the chats. And I'm so proud of you guys for staying off of YouTube and Facebook this morning. Come on over to Rumble. Come over to Rumble. Steve, aren't you glad to be with all the other trendies, bro? Come on now. You don't want to be sitting by yourself in a server. That's not fun. Sitting by yourself ain't fun. All right, let's see. What are they going to give us here? 9 on the YouTubes and Facebooks. And maybe on Twitter if people are watching from there. I can look and see. Yeah, there's 2 people on Twitter. There's 2 people on one of my YouTube channels. There's 4 people on the main channel. You guys should all come over to Rumble. And it's rumble.com, you guys, if you didn't know. I'm realizing now there's a lot of people out there that just don't know about Rumble. You know, they don't realize that it's there. And I'm like here to tell you, yes, it's a social media platform. It gives us free speech. We like it a lot. It's got its quirks, but things are getting better. They're improving the service. You patronize the service and show up, and maybe they'll put more attention into it for more people. But I'm very happy with it, even with all the glitching and the problems. I'm very happy with being able to have free speech. It's the only one that lets us have free speech. It's the only one that doesn't say, hey, we're taking your stuff down because you said this word or you said this misinfo or you played the wrong song. Well, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm sick of all your bullshit. And that's why I have literally removed all of my people from Facebook and YouTube and asked them to come over to Rumble. And I will keep doing it. I see 10 more people. I can get 10 more people over to my Rumble channel. And make sure when you come to Rumble, you click follow, turn on your notifications. And notifications seem to work really good for YouTube. So use the YouTube channel for notifications. But then come to Rumble when you see that I'm live. You know? All right? Is that cool? Let me try to bring this up here. Give me a second. Let me see what I got. What's this one? Okay, let's go with that one right there. Let's go with this one. There it is. That's the one I was looking for. We're just going to do this. And that. Great. Love the show numbers, guys. It's these show numbers that really improve my attitude and make me want to do a good show for you guys. So I'm going to do a dab, and then I'll start getting into the content portion of the show. Of course, for some of you, the dab is the content, so yay. I know it is for me. Only 78 million users, still small. Yes, 78 million. Holy shit. What? Rumble has 78 million users? I thought it was just a few million. Oh, I must be thinking of Truth Social. Wow, man, Rumble's huge. I'll take my 78 million people that appreciate catching up with Twitter. Yeah, I mean, I'll take my 78 million with free speech, you know? Thank you very much. There were 2 or 3 things I wanted to discuss today. We're not even going to touch them because I'm broadcasting to YouTube. You know? I can't say the words on there. I can't talk about certain things, man. And there's a lot of things in the news today that are you're not allowed. They're restricted on Facebook. Can't talk about them on Facebook. Can't talk about them on YouTube. They will strike you. And strike, and strike, and strike, and strike, and strike, and strike, and strike. I know some of you are going, wait, where have I heard that before? I hear the sound of the abundance of rain. I hear the sound of victory. And strike, and strike, and strike, and strike. I hear the sound of the abundance of rain. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of the abundance of rain. I hear the sound of victory. And strike, and strike, and strike, and strike. Now you guys know? Okay, we're bright orange here. Look at us. We're glowing orange here. Look at this. We're bright orange. We're still orange. We're still orange. Aren't you glad you're orange? Orange, you glad you're orange? All right, what are we looking at here? Boom. No more orange. We're going to say 2141. Actually, let's do 2145. 2145. I like that one. Orange, says Craig. Orange. Orange. We're orange. Wow. Disable. Great. So glad none of you are typing on Facebook and none of you are typing on YouTube. Come on over to Rumble. I'm really proud of you guys. It's okay if you're watching from there. I don't mind. But, just do it subvertly and then come on over to Rumble and type on there. It's really where I want you guys to be. Like I said, free speech, man. That's all it is, free speech. Whether you love me or hate me, if you enjoy the show and the content, come on over to Rumble for the free speech. There's Kevin K. Kevin K 208. Come on over to Rumble for the free speech, bro. There's a link. There's a link for you right there, Kevin K. Come on over to Rumble. Download the app or 2145. We are there. No law regarding cannabis. This is a crazy big dab, everybody. Check it out. Let me see if my girl wants some of this. Rogan, why are you so perfect? Oh my God, you're so gorgeous, that dog. Looking up at me with that beautiful face. Like I said, there's plenty of dabs in there, guys. Don't waste it. Give it to somebody else to smoke, and they will get high too. That goes for you, Pinoy grower. Pass that dabber along when it's sitting there smoking. I was telling everybody yesterday, you weren't in the show. If you do big dabs like Pinoy does, or my friend Iceman, these guys do huge dabs, and they're never able to finish the whole dab. No matter what they think or what they tell themselves, they're not, because the thing will burn for a whole minute after they're done taking a hit, and you can't hit that for a minute. So it's going to keep burning, it's going to keep burning, it's going to keep burning. If you got somebody with you, you can give it to that other person, or if you got few people with you, they can all take hits off of it, and they will all get dabs. As long as you smoke it within a minute or so. Just pass it right on. Why waste good concentrate, and why not have everyone be high, when they want to be high more often, right? If it's just going to sit there, it's literally just burning away. Because then when I go to smoke again, this thing is literally full of oil right now. And if I heated it up slowly and correctly, I'll get killer hits off of it. It's full of oil. And I could show you, man. Look inside here. You'll see it. This is what it looks like. That's what it looks like before I burn it all out of there. See that shiny oil down at the bottom? Yeah. There's oil. There's shiny oil down there. That will all burn. That's a lot of oil, man. And you warm that up, and then when it just starts vaporizing, then you hit it. You can keep heating it while you'll actually get a tasty hit off of it. Always smoke left, low. Pass the bong to the left-hand side. Pass the doche on the left-hand side. Yes. Yes. Half of all humans use Facebook. Twitter, 250 million. Rumble, 78 million. IG, 1.4 million. TikTok, 1.5 billion. Facebook has the money with 3.0 billion active users. 3 billion. Half of all humans use Facebook. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible, dude. What is Nikki Gate? Axiom. I made it up. I made up my own term, Axiom. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm calling Nikki Gate is the scandal, which is Nikki Haley running against Donald Trump and pulling like 2.5 million votes away from him. I'm calling that Nikki Gate. I came up with that all on my own. You like it? Axiom? Cushy Monster 710 is not a fan of Rumble's false numbers, and it always lags behind. It does lag. You're right. And Cushy Monster 710, I totally agree with you on that. On both counts. Dude, I fucking hate their fake numbers. I fucking hate their fake numbers. But the last few shows before this one, my numbers were at like 3 on Rumble. You know, there was barely anybody here for a few shows. So where were the fake numbers then? You know, I was looking for fake numbers all day, not getting them. And then what you said about it lagging behind, I know that's a problem too. It does lag behind. And I tell people throughout the show, I'm like, try to remember to hit the live button or to fast forward so we're in real time, because Rumble has the habit of lagging behind. It's got a bad habit of lagging behind, and you have to catch up if you want to stay in real time. And you know, unless you're trying to hang on every word that your content creator is providing for you. You know, it's okay. Just skip ahead. And everyone should skip ahead right now and be in real time with me. Right now, you should all skip ahead and get in real time and do that throughout. And it depends on browsers and what phone you're using and whatever. And I don't understand why Rumble has that issue. I don't even catch it. Like when you're watching Rumble, it's lagging behind and you're like, why don't I see things like that? Or it's always just seems like it's running normally. But then I look at it and I realize I'm 2, 3, 5 minutes behind live. You know? But that's, and I swear, man, this is only when I'm monitoring my own show. Have I noticed this? When I go on Rumble and I watch people, it doesn't seem to happen to me. And that might just be because of my system or my browser. I don't know. But it's when I'm monitoring myself that I get that horrible lag. And I figure if I'm getting it as a monitor, you guys are, you don't know Axiom? You don't know? Axiom doesn't know. What don't you know, Axiom? I mean, staying off of Facebook was pleasant for me. You know what I realized was that it didn't matter to me who I was reading about or whatever. I just knew I was tired about knowing everyone else's drama, whatever they had going on. And I didn't want to play into it anymore, and I didn't want to just create enemies, you know, by putting my 2 cents in there. They don't want to hear from me, trust me. You don't want my opinion. You know? So for me personally, getting off of Facebook and not interacting with people, it helped me out immensely. You know, it's I notice if I go on Facebook, there's usually not any interaction with my videos that I post up there. There's a few views, a comment like "Hey Nay" or something like that, but you know those are just trendies, and those are my audience members. But the people from my life growing up and shit like that, they don't know how to respond, man. They don't know what to think of this. It scares them, or they don't want to be associated with me because they think I'm bad, or you know, whatever the reason is. A lot of my friends in real life aren't here. It would make you think, right, from watching from the outside, that guy didn't have any fucking friends. They don't come into his podcast. You know, that guy has no fucking friends. The only people he calls his friends are his audience viewers. But luckily, you know, I do have a few in real life friends that do come here, and that kind of it's not like that 100%. But I would say 98%, 98% of my real friends in real life will not come into this podcast. 98 fucking percent. Like if I have 100 friends, only 2 of them are coming in here regularly. Yeah, they'll pop in every once in a while. One of them will pop in, or they'll hang out for a while till I really, really piss them off. You know. Or they just watch and they just won't let me know that they're watching. I know who you are. I know who you are. Yeah, I'm looking at you, and I'm not going to say your names, but I know exactly who you are. Yeah, staying off Facebook helped me out a lot. It just helped me out, man. It was good for me. It was good for my growth as an adult to stay off of Facebook. You quit Facebook 14 years ago, Dear Slayer? God, how old is Facebook, man? God damn. Rogan. Axiom is not going to answer me. Cushy Monster 710 is not going to answer me. Even when I am being cordial and easygoing and nice, man, people just won't talk to me. They'll start talking to me, I'll respond, and then they just fall silent. Axiom, silent. Cushy Monster 710, silent. One's on Twitch, one's on Instagram. Neither of them want to talk back to me now, and I address both of them. It's their loss. Oh my God, I agree. Oh, Panoy, I agree. You know, like when one of my friends comes on the show and is like, hey man, we should catch up. And I'm like, yo man, you should come into my show. You'll be caught up. You know, come into my show. We'll talk all the time. No, not going to do that. Coffee is life. Where'd that come from? Mountain Life Glass. Maybe Mountain Life Glass will join us for a few moments on Instagram, or decide to come on over to Rumble, rumble.com. Download the Rumble app. Just like you're looking at an Instagram app like this, you could be looking at a Rumble app in widescreen and see everything on my screen, including this extra camera that's over here, the Hall of Fame over here that you never see. You can see my view counters, see a lot more of the Bitcoin chart. You can see what's on my desk over here. It's got a nice, interesting little mess of items. And of course, you can see outside. Like if a bear were coming from the wides, you know, you got no periffs. You know, IG gives you no periffs, Mountain Life. Let's try it out. You gonna try Rumble? You want a direct link? I'll give you a direct link. Here, come on over to Rumble, bro. Post. There's a link in Instagram back to Rumble, right to this live stream. Give it a shot. I was going to guess the year 2000. It was 2004. Wow, I was so close. I was 4 years off. Facebook launched February 2004, 20 years last month. Wow, dude. The year 2000 popped into my head, and I was like, was it around 2000? That last dab was insanity. It was pure Dr. Insano. It was absolute Captain Insano. I'm going in for a bong rip, baby. This will be of the Girl Scout cookie strain. I like to say no law regarding cannabis when it's almost 7:10 in Newfoundland. I also want to tell you about my hair growing back. I'm using this stuff, and if you look at my hair follicles here, if it focuses, there we go. You'll see new hairs growing, guys. See those short hairs coming in? This is all new hair growth. Here, let me show you the other side. Look at this over here. This stuff is like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Within days, man, I started seeing little stubble come out. I was like, or you can be everything everywhere all at once. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, babe. Okay, so this is what I saw. I'm just going to read this to you. It's got music in the background. It says a Fox News contributor predicted that Donald Trump will lose the 2024 election because of the significant number of Republican voters who back Nikki Haley. Mark Thiessen, the former chief speechwriter for President George W. Bush, said that the results of the GOP primary suggest that the former president will lose to President Joe Biden in November if he cannot sweep up the voters. Sweep up the voters who backed Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley won 2.9 million votes in the primary so far. Our Fox News voter analysis shows that somewhere between 5 and 10 and 6 in 10 of those Nikki Haley voters said they won't vote for Trump in November. If even a fraction of those voters deliver on that promise and stay home or vote third party or just split their votes or something, Trump loses. It was confirmed Trump will be the 2024 Republican presidential nomination after resounding victories in the Georgia, Washington, Mississippi state primaries. They ran that text really fast. It's just a 48-second video. And now there's a Fox News alert here about the trial in the hush money case for Donald Trump. Apparently, we're told thousands of documents, again, coming from U.S. Attorney's Office. Here to weigh in on this is Bob. Okay, what about thousands of documents? What now?
District Attorney who has asked for a delay at the start of the trial in the hush money case involving Donald Trump because of new evidence. Apparently, we're told thousands of documents. That is, again, coming from the U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan. Here to weigh in on all
hush money trial.
Is Bob Barr, the former
thousands of documents.
U.S. Attorney. Bob, good to have you. That's a lot of cases, a lot of moving and, juggling around of those cases. What do you think?
What do you think?
The one thing that the Republicans can always count on that they can take to the bank regarding Democrats is Democrats will overreach. And that's what they've done over and over again here in their effort to get Trump. The case in New York, the case in Florida, the case here in Georgia, most especially, is an overreach that never should have reached this particular stage. And I think the prosecutor here, Ms. Willis, yesterday in Judge McAfee's ruling, that sort of was overshadowed by the conflict of interest matters, but his ruling striking 6 counts in the indictment that was brought against President Trump and others, because it is on its face defective. It does not put the defendants properly on notice so that they can defend themselves. This is pretty much basically criminal law 101, but darned if she didn't do it.
In the meantime, we're learning a little bit more about this New York situation where prosecutors said they were open to delaying Donald Trump's New York hush money trial. It could be upwards of a month. And some of the reasons are striking, Bob, that they wanted to give the former president's lawyers time to review evidence that's only recently been turned over. We're told it's quite a few documents worth of evidence, potentially in the thousands. So what do you make of that?
It's unusual at this late stage in a criminal case for the prosecution to all of a sudden discover thousands of documents. It raises questions about where they came from, their veracity, their validity, and so forth. So certainly under basic rules of criminal procedure, the defense needs adequate opportunity to review those documents. I don't think that this is the sort of thing that is going to help Mr. Bragg, because it inevitably will delay this case, which is sort of a mess in and of itself, even further.
In the Florida in the documents case, the judge, of course, a Donald Trump appointee, indicated that there could be a delay. It might likely will be, but it's not going to be a trial canceled or called off or shut down. What do you make of that?
That's not surprising. Federal courts often will sort of telegraph, federal judges, that is, telegraph their view of a case at a preliminary motions phase. And it's unusual for a judge to completely dismiss a well-crafted, which this is, a well-crafted indictment, simply because the defense says, the laws are being improperly applied, or the espionage law doesn't apply, or whatnot. So I suspect that case at least will go forward. And the main problem, as I see it, for President Trump there is not so much the case in chief as it is the obstruction charges.
We were just showing Congressman Donald Trump leaving the courthouse in Florida. He's attended a few of these events, a lot of the civil cases, the one involving Agent Carroll. He was there for the finance ones that came up in New York. So he picks and chooses where he can go. Obviously, it's pressing when you have so many cases to go to. But his presence, at least in
that's
some of those
fucking
other
funny.
cases, didn't help him at all. What do you make of that?
What do you make? How do they do this without laughing?
It's not really hurting him. He is a master of, if anything, the art of the deal and the publicity that one can turn from detrimental to
Oh,
positive.
no, Dad. I'm sorry I wasn't clear. You're right. Politically, he's capitalizing on all of this as people sense, even those who might not flip over, that this does look like a pylon, but it didn't mitigate any of the financial punishments thrown at him that he's now having to deal with. That was whether he was there in the courthouse or not. What do you make of it?
Yeah. What do you make of that? Let me ask you this. What is Cavuto using words that are too big for you to understand, Mr. fucking Senator? Come on, dude. Answer the fucking question. Well, financially, where's Trump at? Just answer it.
Judges are not swayed, at least every judge that I've ever been before. Judges are not swayed by whether or not a party shows up or not. Now, if a party is in the middle of a trial and all of a sudden exits themselves in the middle of a trial, that can be problematic for the...
Dude, am I misunderstanding what the question was here? I'm sorry. I think I am. I think I'm totally misunderstanding the question. I feel like I don't understand the question.
You make of it.
Judges are not swayed, at least every judge that I've ever been before.
You're right. Politically, he's capitalizing on all of this as people sense, even those who might not flip over, that this does look like a pylon, but it didn't mitigate any of the financial punishments thrown at him that he's now having to deal with. That was whether he was there in the courthouse or not. What do you make of it?
What do you make of the fact that it didn't matter whether Donald Trump was in court or out of court, that this is hurting him financially? What do you make of that? Here's the answer.
Judges are not swayed, at least every judge that I've ever been before. Judges are not swayed by whether or not a party shows up or not. Now, if a party is in the middle of a trial and all of a sudden exits themselves in the middle of a trial, that can be problematic for the
what do you make of
jury.
Donald Trump being wiped out financially?
Different phases of motions hearing or whatnot, or a punishment phase. A judge isn't going to be swayed by that.
He's not asking you about if a judge is being. He's not asking if the judge is being swayed or influenced. He's asking you, what do you think about Donald Trump getting wiped out financially for losing all these fucking court cases? What do you think about that?
Is really playing to the cameras and doing it very well, but it's not going to affect the judge's decisions.
All right, Bob Barr, very good catching up with you on all these mirrors.
He just gives up. Fucking Neil Cavuto just fucking bends over and gives up. He's like, I'm not even going to press this guy, man. Whatever. Dude, don't answer my fucking question. Wow. Typical fucking Fox News shit. Be everything everywhere all at once. You could be everything everywhere all at once. You could be everything everywhere all at once. God, you could. If you could, you could. If you could, you could. You could totally do that. Billy, I think we're right where we're supposed to be. You and I both. You know? It just took me a little longer to realize it. That's all. Unprecedented Bitcoin ETF beats gold ETF. Yes, that is true. You guys hear about that? Gold is the number one. I mean, Bitcoin is the number one ETF right now on the market. So if any of you were doubting the popularity of Bitcoin when the ETFs were introduced, now you know. Now you know stuff. Now you know stuff. You wanna shimmy it? Anthony Blinken's garbage attempt to defend the indefensible. Yeah, that would probably be genocide, okay, but whatever. This show is now flagged. Oh, goodness gracious. That's the meme from Tim and Eric. I love that one. Mind blown meme. I'm so glad that you put that in the fucking chat, bro. We were just talking about that in the show the other day, Tim and Eric, because we were talking about Tim's. Did you hear about this, Billy? He's doing stand-up as a washed-up Republican comic, kind of like Stephen Colbert was doing, but he's like a washed-up, pissed-off Republican who's not funny, and he just stands up on stage and does really bad jokes and just yells at the audience and shit. Have you seen that, Billy? Oh, really? We watched a video on here, and this woman was talking about how right-wing comedy, it's like why right-wing comedy sucks, has gotten so bad today. And she talks about Rob Schneider. Oh my God, dude, we should watch this. Let's watch it. It's good. Let's watch it. This was a long time ago, so I'm not going to be able to find it in my history probably. I'm just going to have to search it out. Why right-wing comedy is so bad. Rob, Schnieder, something like that. There it is. I found it. I fucking found it, bro. Oh my God. It's Rob Schneider versus Tim Heidecker. That's in the title. And this right here is just showing a clip. Here, let me, wait, was this the, hold on a second. Okay, yeah, here, this one right here. Which one is that? What? No, this one. Which one is that? Okay, that works. That'll work. That'll totally work. We'll call that one, what do I have to do? I break it away, right? I got to break this off. I got to break it off. And then I have to turn this, and then I have to go like this. And go like that. Here it is. And then I have to go like this. Great. I mean, bro, just look at what he's wearing, dude, you know? It's so perfect. He's so fucking on and funny. I don't know how much of this they're going to show right here.
Material.
Finally got a chance to hear the music of Keith Urban. I thought to myself, gee, this guy might want to change his name to Keith Rural. If you know what I mean.
Underneath the character's bravado is terror, palpable to the audience. The terror of the world moving beyond your comprehension. And that terror will quickly turn into anger because it certainly can't turn into shame.
The fuck is the matter with you?
You know what they say. Men are most afraid that people won't laugh, and women are most afraid of men killing them.
Honey, the only person who wants to kill you is already in the house.
Ultimately, the simple aesthetics of An Evening with Tim Heidecker are used to reveal the existential horror at the core of the show. The horror that is Tim. And once again, we arrive at the Schneider paradox. Two completely different projects made with completely different motivations,
Now, what she does to Rob Schneider in this video, she fucking destroys him. He is so not talented and not good at writing and not good at acting. Everything he's ever done was because he was being carried. And when he is the focus of attention, everything falls apart. Because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And she demonstrates that when she shows some clips from his show, where it's his show, right? It's so bad.
One, off-the-grid sustainable, negative carbon school in Southern California.
And he's mad about it. Are you sensing a theme? There's an episode where Rob Schneider gets away with running someone over with the car because he's rich and cops love him. And this guy is an actual cop. There's another episode where Schneider pretends to be a person with learning disabilities. And in case this isn't already clicking, Schneider used his own money to make the show, and that's the only reason it ended up on Netflix. It didn't cost Netflix anything to make it. It's a cautionary tale.
Man, I didn't know it was on Netflix. I wonder how much viewing it gets.
There are scenes where everyone's skin looks orange, assaulting the very cones in your retinas. A high saturated look is common in comedies, especially sitcoms. It's a shorthand to communicate how fun and upbeat a show is. But Real Rob turns this up to an 11, screaming insecurities like, please remember this is supposed to be a comedy. I know you haven't laughed in a few episodes.
God, the colors are so stupid. It's right. It's so obvious what they do, you know? They're supposed to be really fun, bright colors in our sitcom. Oh, God. This is it's painful to watch, dude, because he's so bad. His acting is so bad.
But doesn't this orange color make you want to giggle? The color grading is so extreme and bad, even Rob's eyes are completely different colors from episode to episode. The comedy is nowhere near as vibrant as these colors. It's like you're seeing and hearing two completely different shows.
You're a fish killer. What do? I guess we go back in time and feed the fish. Wait, we can't go back in time. That would require a time machine.
Not to explain comedy.
There's one of the show jokes right there. Oh, God. It's so painful to watch. Why are we losing this, man? Tell me now. Who do you think is going to win the election? I think whoever takes Joe Biden's place after he dies of old age. You know? I mean, Lee Camp has offered up a rock, a garden stone, or some sort of rock from his yard to run for 2024. It's like rock for 2024, because a rock would be better than what we've been offered. A rock wouldn't be giving money to Israel for genocide. You know, a rock wouldn't. There's so much bad shit that presidents do that a rock would literally just be better. You know? You know, a rock wouldn't be opening up oil, more drilling. You know? Iraq wouldn't be fucking hiring Supreme Court justices to shit all over women's rights like Donald Trump did. Fuck you. Fuck you. And you know who that fuck you was for. That was for every single one of you who had fucking some kind of problem with what I just said. Here's some more of that hot Rob Schneider acting. Check this out.
The acting, which is ridiculously hammy.
You see, there's no such thing as bad publicity, right?
Whoever said that never had their erection questioned on a major thoroughfare.
And corny.
I'm good at surrounding myself with people who pretend to like me. Is there a business in that?
Yeah, show business.
And any other negative food-related adjectives that you can imagine.
And I should know, I grew up on corn. And if you know how to wield it, it can be a very freeing character choice.
The problem with this woman right here doing the show like this and trying to be funny while she's trying to say Rob Schneider's not funny. This woman, she ain't funny at all. In fact, I find more humor in Rob Schneider's work than hers. So for her to be the pot calling the kettle black, for her to be the pot calling the kettle not funny, it's pathetic. I mean, because this is the humor this woman has to offer. She should have just done it straightforward. From the very beginning, she tries to be funny from the very beginning of this thing. And there is nothing that she does or says that will make any of you laugh. In fact, oh, wait, I take that back. The culmination of how horrible she really is, that will make you laugh. You'll laugh at how pathetic her comedy is. Billy Ballantyne here, we're at 1309. Billy, watch this, bro. Watch this. Here's the very beginning. Watch
This video is brought to you by my patrons. If you'd like to support, head over to patreon.com/MaggieMayFish. And by Mubi, a curated streaming service showing exceptional films from around the globe.
Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I'm just kidding. It's just a joke we like to play on the neighborhood kids sometime. Although we had to stop after Mr. Peterson killed his wife and kids across the street. The joke lost its spark, if you will, because it became too real. That's what we're going to be talking about today. The delicate balance of the performance muses, comedy and tragedy, as we look at two works from two man comedians who exemplify this paradox. I'd like to give a warning that we will be discussing racial stereotypes and Rob Schneider, both deeply upsetting and almost synonymous topics. So, grab an ears alt comic performing in your backyard as we discuss two films in conversation.
Okay, so I don't even know what the fuck that was. Next.
On my darkest days, the days when there is no light in the sky, the days when my soul can only muster a vacant... I watch Real Rob.
Real Rob is a Rob Schneider Productions show starring Rob Schneider about Rob Schneider's life and Rob Schneider's wife. But before we talk about where Rob is, let's take a look at where Rob's been. Rob Schneider got his break as a writer on SNL in 1988 and graduated to a cast member in 1990, which led to characters like Put Your Weed in Here.
You put your weed in there.
And Rich Meister, the copy machine guy.
Tom Meister making coffees.
You get it. Which followed along the lines of the famous 90s SNL bit, which was to say the same line over and over until someone jumped out from the audience to murder the cast members just to make it stop. And it was really funny. After SNL, he had bit parts in the Adam Sandler verse, which led to leading roles in Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo, and The Animal. Staples of 2000s basement
Billy.
high school parties everywhere. If you ever wanted to immerse yourself in what boomers are mad at Gen Z for rejecting, look no further.
Wait, she's coming back.
Right now.
But what really set Rob Schneider apart was his age-old dedication to the comedic art of crude racial stereotypes. Such as, but not limited to, Yellowface in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, pretending to be Native American in bedtime stories, playing a Palestinian who plants a bomb to kill Adam Sandler's Israeli counter-terrorist in You Don't Mess with the Zohan, playing a Saudi businessman in Click, where the character's name becomes a racist punchline, topped off with his short-lived CBS sitcom Rob, which was hailed as TV's worst new show and genuinely offensive. Race-based humor is a long-standing tradition held near and dear to flailing comedians to this day, as displayed when Schneider himself defended Shane Gillis, who was fired from SNL for an extremely offensive joke at the expense of Asian Americans, apparently aspiring to be like his hero, Rob Schneider. And because art oft imitates life, Rob Schneider is also an anti-vaxxer, showing up on episodes of a Pure Flix Modern Family ripoff.
Oh, it's you.
Unfortunately for everybody, it is.
And once tried to lecture the late U.S. Representative John Lewis about Martin Luther King Jr., despite the fact that John Lewis was one of the Big Six who literally organized the March on Washington, where Dr. King gave his I Have a Dream speech.
I told you, it's on my darkest days that I watch Real Rob.
Because if Rob Schneider has made a lifelong contribution to bad comedy, then Real Rob is his Sistine Chapel, if it was painted with shit. Real Rob is a clumsy mashup of what appears to be attempts to emulate Louis C.K., Larry David, and Modern Family all at the same time, clawing at relevancy and interspersed with a few infomercials to push his real-life vitamin company.
Wow, you know more about vitamins and organic foods than the people that work here. I go on the websites all the time for health. I read all the books about it. I become an expert in it.
Here, let me summarize a few of the episodes. In this one, Rob Schneider gets a job promoting penis-enhancing tea, and he's mad about it.
Suck it hard!
In this one, Rob Schneider's wife...
And she comes back on with her more of her bit, you know, and it's just, she's not funny. So for her to sit there and be trying to be funny while critiquing him, if she had just done this normally and just done the show and said all the same stuff, but not trying to be funny on her own, it would come off more authentic. I think she kind of loses it because her lack of humor, her lack of an ability to actually display humor, it becomes a distraction. You know, but still, Rob Schneider is just so bad, dude. Oh my God, it was just why can't I click on shit? That's weird. What the hell's going on? There it goes. Huh. And the Tim Heidecker in that. Oh my God, he's so funny, bro. He's so funny. It's well worth watching just for the Tim Heidecker clips. I got a splash in my eye. Oh yeah, they were talking about conspiracy theories. On Destiny, I was watching that. Ex-scammer begs for a second chance. Voidzilla. Did he change the name of his channel, or is CoffeeZilla change his name to Voidzilla? I so don't understand. Hassan interviews Sam Cedar. All right, I'm going to go. You guys take care. Thank you for watching. There's so many of you. I hate to drop you, but I do have to go. And we'll do this later, okay? Pinoy, Billy, Craig. That's it. That's it. Pinoy, Billy, and Craig. Thank you, the three of you guys, and I'll see you guys later. These numbers are crazy, right? And the only people chatting are Pinoy, Billy, oh, and Deerslayer. And Craig. Oh, there's Edwin. Oh, there's Bida. Oh, wait, are there more of you here? If there's more of you here, then let me hear from you guys then. If you're here, let me hear from you. If you want the show to keep going, I've got to go do something. I'll be right back. Sit tight. Chill. Rhodey, you want to go say hi to Grandma? Come on. Come on, bees. is it. We're back. It's like a brand new show. It's like look at the ones. I see some ones.
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
Let me see why this wasn't working last time. Huh. I don't know what monitor it is. So weird. Oh, there it is. Wow, it's back. We got it. Cool, man. We got it back. So happy.
It starts with an F.
Hello! Trendy! It's Trendy Day reporting in live from Orlando, Florida. Home of Trendy has thousands of all things trendy, where you'll find me and hashtag Trendy's on all forms, social media, especially at rumble.com, the only place that gives us free speech. That's Nay's Garden at Rumble. That's right. That's right. I lost my coffee. I lost it. You don't know what I did with my coffee. I brought it somewhere and I put it down and I lost it. I don't know where I did it. I don't know what I did. Why'd I do it? Why did I? Why? Why? Can I finish what's in there? Thank you, baby. Oh. Precious coffees. To be savored and enjoyed quickly, for more. Quickly. Delicioso. Delicioso. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. We're here. We're live. If you're just getting here, well, boy, are you in for a surprise. Big. Yes, please. Thank you. The tracker is charging. Yes, it is charging. So, man, we're good. We're good, man. You know why we're good? I'm going to tell you why we're good. We're good because yesterday We had a whole bunch of bad news. And today we ended up getting some good news. That made the bad news not bad news anymore. It was just disappointing news, but not like bad. And that's way disappointing is way better than bad. So, the bad news is that I'm not going to get anywhere near the same quality of coverage on my house in California that I used to get. Home insurance coverage. And that sucks. Why? It's because of climate change, guys. These companies, they don't want our money anymore because they don't want to take the risk because there's an increased risk of fire in those areas due to climate change. It's that simple. And it's sad. But when I moved there, I had a neighbor that said he was scared to live there. But he's still there. But he used to leave during the fire seasons. He'd just pack up and go to Hawaii or something for the fire seasons. He was that scared to live there. He didn't want to be there. Yeah, beautiful house too. It's still there, I'm sure. He's still there, I'm sure. Pinoy met the dude, so I think he's still there. I hear they're taking it away from fires 2017. I hear they are taking it away. The cat ran off with it. Sharing with deer now. Richie. Sharing with deer now. What? Fuck yeah. I hear they are taking it away from fires 2017. No one will insure, and you can't rent. No renter insurance. It wasn't just, the fires weren't just 2017, bro. We had fires way more recently than that. The coffee lost. Those comments are from 5 minutes ago. Okay. Got to do a bear scan real quick. That's the trick, man. You got to look because sometimes they'll just move through, So every once in a while, you got to look back there and see if you got any bear action. Burr action. We call it burr action out here. Burr action. Got burr action out there. Got burr action out there. Oh my God. Yes, I have to do a tweet. But I need a photograph to do it. But it's going to be one of my better tweets. It's going to be one of my funny, awesome tweets. And I think I can already start composing the tweet right now, and then I can add the photo. Right? Let's say, oh, thank you. No, I know exactly how. I've been thinking about this tweet since this morning, baby. It's like, I know exactly how it's going to go. Oh, you want to see? You want me to try this? Delicious. Thank you. When did insurance companies stop insuring? That, Marty, it's a great question. Thank you for asking that. They stopped insuring when climate change dictated that they stop insuring, because these companies make money the more customers they have. When a company has to drop customers, they're hurting their own income. It says a lot about climate change, guys. If you doubted it, when a company cannot be greedy as they have been, you know something's up. All right, drive safely, Pinoy. Take care. All right, I got to go take this photograph, and then I'm going to tweet this. Hold on 1 second, guys. How's it going? Okay, good. Did you used to have a fan in here? They did used to have a ceiling fan.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, so Advent is they look just
Those of you who follow my Twitter have now seen the tweet, and I'm sure you're enjoying and appreciating my tweet genius. Problem solved. After disastrous fire seasons 2017-2018 wiped out decades of profit, insurance companies began dropping tens of thousands. Exactly, Marty. Exactly. You know, homes that have been insured for years now all of a sudden dropped. Whole entire areas completely deleted from insurance companies' customer lists. Deleted. John Oliver bribed the Supreme Court. What the fuck is that?
So John Oliver tried to bribe a Supreme Court justice? Yes, Oliver offered Thomas $1 million a year and a $2.4 million motor coach.
If you simply agree to leave the Supreme Court immediately and never come back.
Dude, I wonder if he could get in trouble for that shit. Oh my god.
Thomas, you might recall, has been under fire for revelations that he accepted an unprecedented number of gifts from wealthy friends, including a $19,000 Bible, a $150,000 portrait of himself, property renovations, private jet excursions, a luxury motorhome, and trips around the world. And since Justice Thomas has complained about the low pay given to members of the nation's highest court, Oliver thought it would be better for everyone if he could help Thomas move on.
Look at this beauty, Clarence.
And some people pointed out that in theory, Oliver's offer is a bribe that could violate federal law. 18 U.S.C. 201b1 says that whoever directly or indirectly corruptly gives, offers, or promises anything of value to any public official has committed bribery. But there's a catch. The law requires the person have corrupt intent. Oliver's offer is obviously a joke.
This is not a joke.
So if you or John Oliver need a great lawyer and didn't bribe a Supreme Court justice, let my firm, the Eagle Team, take care of it. Click below or call the number on screen. So,
dude, John Oliver said this is not a joke. So, I wonder if he could get in a lot of trouble, bro. That's big deal. I didn't know that, man. That is insane. You can't bribe a Supreme Court justice, man. Just the act of doing that, man. I mean, wow. What the fuck is this? From a month ago? What is this?
Sir, what is the breaker?
The what?
The actual breaker for this ribbon. I just want to reset everything. The power.
Yeah, it's in the kitchen.
It's a kitchen. How far is it?
Oh my god, oh my god!
It's not turned off yet.
Dude, you guys didn't see that. Oh my god.
Anything else? Just that spot, right?
Yeah.
Dude, why can't I grab this thing? Holy shit.
I don't know. I never noticed it. See a scratch.
Yeah, so I need it's not a main board issue, that the purple spot. It's not a main board issue, it's actually what causing by the panel. Yeah, if I go farther, I can definitely see it.
Watch this. Watch this. The dude took a knife and cut this guy's fucking TV set. Did you guys see that? He's this is, I guess, is a Samsung repair tech, and came in and sliced this guy's fucking TV with a fucking razor knife. Are you guys seeing this?
Sir, what is the breaker?
The what?
The actual breaker for this ribbon. I just want to reset everything. The power.
Yeah, it's in the kitchen.
It's a kitchen. How far is it?
He's looking for cameras. Dude, look at this guy looking around for cameras. He's looking everywhere for cameras. Wow. Wow.
It's not turned off yet.
Dude, look at the there's a cannabis poster on the wall. Look at that. Oh, what? I love it, man. Oh, shit.
Blue. It stands out once in a while.
Look at that belly on that boy.
Movies too.
Hey, don't fuck with us cannabis smokers. We got cameras in our house, bitch. Look at him. Look at him. Look at this. What's this? Look, there's a scratch right here. What is that?
I don't know. Noticed it. See the scratch.
Yeah, so I need the it's not a mainboard issue that the purple spot. It's not a mainboard issue. It's actually causing by the panel. Yeah, if I go further, I can definitely see it.
Yeah.
That's it's gonna be bothersome. So I called Samsung and they said they're gonna review the ticket and they probably add the part, which is expensive part. So they did not send me until I confirm the.
He's got a hat. He's got a hat. It says 420 on the wall too.
Signature here.
So there you have it. The dude cut my TV with a box cutter X-Acto knife and then played it off like, oh, he just happened to find the cut there.
You know, for 15 years now in this industry, I have been fighting this lie, this misinformation, this myth that authorized technicians are the ones that care about you. Authorized technicians are the ones that you can trust. Unauthorized people, those people you shouldn't trust. That's why Google removes the entire independent repair industry from the advertising platform that they run while simultaneously claiming that they support right to repair. That is why you have people on web forums that will say things like this, because they don't understand the truth. They don't understand the reality. What is it that you just watched? What you just watched was a Samsung technician direct a customer to go downstairs to turn the circuit breaker on and off. He wanted a pretext for that customer to leave the room. After the customer left the room, he looked around to see if there's a camera.
I saw
and
that.
When he didn't see a camera that was obvious, he took what looked like a razor or a box cutter.
Oh, it was a box cutter.
The television and did this to damage it.
It was a razor
Why did
knife.
he do that? Some
We
of the
all saw
details
that.
You may find in this video by the customer of that television that had this experience. I was able to get more details by speaking with him directly. And what I learned is that that technician seemed agitated and aggravated from the notes that he would have had to wait 1 hour to an hour and a half for a truck to come out to bring a television screen for that television. It needed a part.
Sorry,
and it was
Enoch,
covered
that
in
sucks,
warranty.
buddy.
The
Good to
part
see
was
you.
not in his truck. He would have had to wait for somebody else to come out, which means that he would have not been able to end his day when he wanted to end his day. He would have had to end his day an hour to 2 hours later as a result of this. He didn't want to do that. Now, there are several things that you could do when this is the case. Behind door number 1, you could tell
TC
your
Dub,
boss
what's up?
and the customer, listen, man, I'm truly sorry that things are the way they are. I know this is unfair to you, and I know this is not what I need to do. I need to be able to leave at 5 o'clock today for a number of different reasons. I'm sorry. I will be back here to help you, and I will make it up to you, but I can't do this right now. That's what a man does. That's what a person with a backbone does. What a slimy little weasel-ass bitch does.
Yeah! Oh my God, dude! Louis Rossman has finally grown a set of podcast balls. I'm so fucking proud of him. Welcome to the club, bro. You're going to be silenced just like me. You are now officially non-advertiser friendly content, bro. You're going to find that out the hard way. And remember, guys, when he gets shut down and he can't monetize and all that shit's happening, you remember I told you it was going to happen to him. Because you can't speak like this. The algorithms are going to shut this guy down. He's going to notice it, and we're all going to hear about it. I mean, Jimmy Dore can't even speak like this.
To get them to leave the room, as if resetting a circuit breaker is going to fix a
Welcome to the dark side. Together we will rule this internet.
purple blob or stuck pixels on your television screen. This is not 1947. The difference in 120 volts versus 107 volts or 107 versus 103
Love
on
my
your
show,
mainline AC
J.R.
is not
Morton.
going to cause stuck pixels
J.R. Morton, thank you for saying that on Instagram. I do appreciate that.
in your fucking television screen. He does that to get the guy to leave the room so that he can, while nobody's looking, like a bitch, take out a blade
Like a
and break that
bitch.
gentleman's warranty. This is not an isolated case. Many people have been reporting that this is a problem they've had with Samsung and Samsung authorized service. And something that I've been banging the drum on here on this channel for 10 years, that I've been telling my customers for 15 years, is simply because somebody is authorized by the manufacturer does not mean that there is an incentive structure in place for them to care about you. I have a video that is about 11 years old now where I go over the metrics and the performance metrics that are utilized by authorized repair centers and why it is they don't care about you. I have videos in this channel where I show you there is a bent pin in a screen cable. Worst case scenario, you're paying $150 to fix it. Best case scenario, you bend it back with tweezers, and the manufacturer is telling you it is $2,000 to replace. And here, you literally have them destroying the customer's property because the guy wants to go home early. Time and time again, I can provide evidence of how you are not having your interests served best by the manufacturer, and time again, the propaganda continues. Are there times that the manufacturer may be able to provide a better deal? Yes. Sometimes they provide a better deal because they have turned the screws so hard that they have cut us out of the supply chain completely to the point where I can't even buy parts that do my job, which is actually unfortunate, which is kind of where I am right now, 15 years in, and why
He looks at his watch.
In this particular industry. That being said, unauthorized repair, it's kind of like being a short guy in the dating market. You ever go on Tinder and you see the
poor
profiles
Louis.
people have? You know, I'm never going to forget
Louis.
Six Flags when I was like 9 or 10 years old. All the rides at this amusement park, I forget if it was Six Flags or something else. It's something along the lines of, you need to be this tall to ride.
Aw, that's poor
I was
little Louis.
4'5"3/4". So I went there with my dad, and 90% of the rides I couldn't go on.
That is so
because it's a
sad.
quarter of an inch. I'm never going to forget thinking this. It's like, okay, you know what? As bad as this feels right now that I can't play with everybody else at Six Flags because I'm short for my age, quarter of an inch later, everything is going to open up for me.
What? And I never grew that quarter of an inch. But bro, why didn't you just lie about your height, man? If it was a quarter inch, they weren't going to be able to tell if you stood in front of a sign if you were just a quarter of an inch. Come on,
dating
bro.
website in 2012.
Grow your hair higher.
Six Flags is not the only place.
Grow
where
your
Six
hair
Flags is saying
higher.
You must be this tall to enjoy this ride, or in my case, you know, this tall. Surprising number of people put that in their profile. But in all seriousness, the short man, like, we understand how it is. We got to be more charming. We have to be more interesting. We have to be better looking. We have to be in better shape. We have to be more successful. We have to have houses that have views like this. Whereas somebody who's taller, I don't know, maybe they could just live in a $500 studio apartment. My point, which I'm probably making in a silly fashion,
You
is
are.
the unauthorized repairman has an incentive structure to
It's
provide
TMI,
good
bro.
service because we are not trusted. Most people trust the brand name that they purchased the product from. They trust that since this company made the product, therefore, they know how to fix the product, and they're going to fix it with the proper parts and the proper tools and everything else. Since this belief is so far ingrained in the minds of your average everyday person, we have to put in 300% effort. When the manufacturer says they could fix it in 7 days, we need to be able to fix it in 7 minutes in order for you to feel as comfortable with us as you are with them. We need to be half the price. We need to be twice as knowledgeable. We need to have a smile on our face while they send somebody to your house that destroys your property. Unauthorized repair people have to earn your trust.
That's halfway through this video. He speaks about this for another 7 minutes. If you guys want to see the rest of that, that's Louis Rossman. He's got 2 million subscribers on YouTube. We watch him here all the time. Is the U.S. going to ban TikTok? I was watching Hassan talk about that. That might be worth watching more of. I got 19 minutes in.
For Americans under... You can't do it. You can't. You can't do it. Too late. It's too late. It's too late. Shut the up. Ultimately, people like it. And if the American project only works because we have our treats, then you can't take the treat away. You can't take the treat away and make it worse, especially after you have radicalized entire generations against government intervention and corporations in perpetuity. This is the Ron DeSantis moment. Ron DeSantis put the cart before the horse. He went crazy. He was like, oh yeah, I love the woke stuff, the culture war stuff. We got to do that all the way. All the way until he actually started using government intervention to attack a massive corporation, Disney. And the moment that he did that, everyone was like, whoa, 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 what are you doing? Chill. Now, Disney is an American corporation, so it's a little bit different. But the reception on moves like this from the broader American electorate is going to be very angry. It's not all that different from the hogs that were like, I need to go to Applebee's during the COVID shutdowns that never even happened. People love their treats. We don't have anything if we don't have our treats.
This is not an attempt to ban TikTok. It's an attempt to make TikTok better. Tic-tac-toe, a winner.
Bro, even she was like, nah. Bro, these people are insane. Me in debate class when I have no idea about the subject. Harry Sasson popping off on defending TikTok. I attended briefings, unclassified and classified, about TikTok. I've reviewed articles, watched hearing videos about TikTok. Unless new information is presented to me, my position is as follows. I will vote no on any attempts to ban TikTok from Americans who choose to use it. Gallagher also falsely states that the bill cannot penalize individuals, as though blocking millions of Americans from their preferred social media platform is not a penalty, and denies that the ban would censor speech, even though it would explicitly prevent Americans expressing speech over TikTok. Yeah, I mean, they're giving the game away pretty openly, I think.
TikTok has really lobbied hard for this not to happen. It's mobilized its 170 million US users to really ring up their local representatives, telling them not to do this. And despite that, this has still gone through the House.
TikTok gonna learn the hard way that 170 million people can be against something, and that's not gonna change. What they should be doing instead is greasing the monkeys in Congress, okay? That's what you gotta do. Let's be real. Let's be for real, okay? There is no democracy in this country. We've never had a democratic process. I was listening into news reports, okay, talking about how, like, they've gotten a massive amount of calls every single day since this bill was supposed to pass, okay? TikTok is a plague to society. I would be elated if it gets banned. I don't know. I don't get your point, to be honest. Everything that you're angry about TikTok exists in every single social media platform to the same degree. In many instances, TikTok's algorithm is just cranked up. It's on steroids, okay? The issue here is not about, like, actual regulatory control over what you see, or ensuring that we're not, like, radicalizing citizens or making them dumber. If that was the case, this would be a totally different bill. That would still run into some constitutional issues, obviously, because of restricting free speech. The flat earthers are mad. Flat earth is one of the biggest topics on TikTok. Now you know the real reason they want it banned. See, when you show me stuff like this, I'm like, yeah, maybe they should ban it, okay? So don't show me stuff like this. TikTok is in the treat category. And because it's in the treat category, one of those things that if you take away, it's bipartisan. Like, the anger and the resentment that will flow is actually bipartisan. It's like Applebee's, but even more bipartisan than Applebee's and jalapeno poppers. Speaking of Tic Tacs, we're gonna have a TikToker on the stream now. So, all right, let's talk about it. TikTok, Chinese psyop. Okay.
So he's referenced jalapeno poppers twice on this podcast now. Just pointing that out, guys. Shouts out, Ricky.
If you are on TikTok and successful, relatively successful, you are a Chinese communist spy.
Absolutely.
What do you have to say to that? You said you were very mad.
I am. Well, I mean, I think the main reason that I'm upset, besides the fact that this is a direct attack on me personally, and that's why Congress is doing this, because they have a grudge against me personally, is because they're not passing any kind of comprehensive data privacy legislation. Like, they act like they care about data privacy, where your data's going, all this other stuff, but, like, they don't give a shit about that at all. They haven't made any movement to pass any kind of comprehensive protections for users. And the one thing, or maybe not, I don't know, one thing that Europe is more conscious of than we are is their data privacy. They have more, far-reaching laws. Google is getting sued all the time over there, or getting billions of dollars in fines because they're not, correctly participating in the strict privacy regimes they have over there. And you can actually get stuff taken down, like if people are sharing, the example that I'm thinking of is revenge porn, stuff like that. You can actually get stuff taken down in Europe. You can't really get anything taken down in the United States from search.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Lil Bear in my community said it best when she said, if there was a genuine concern, they would have followed suit on, like, EU regulation. EU currently has no restrictions on, or EU is not pushing, like, a divestment from ByteDance for TikTok at all.
No.
There are real concerns with TikTok, but those concerns exist for every single social media platform, as I talked about earlier.
What's the problem?
I'm looking for my napkin holders.
Oh, I have no idea. Were they up there on the bar?
They were on the bar.
Okay, then they're probably open up the drawers. I would look in the drawers right there, or I probably just behind you. There's drawers. There's 3 drawers.
Yes, I see, honey. I know there are drawers. There's a lot of booze.
It's good for nothing.
No.
All right. Well, it's got to be there. They got to be there somewhere. Because I wouldn't have moved them from the bar.
Earlier, whether it be the algorithms and how they are like making people dumber in some ways, I agree, or pushing them into the throes of radicalization. We saw a version of this with like the Andrew Tate phenomenon, obviously on TikTok. As
Will
well
it
as
pass
all
the
of
Senate?
other
I don't think
social
so.
media platforms, that we do not have a way,
I don't think
a standard
so.
of like making sure that social media platforms actually abide by the same terms of service agreements that they put forward, and any kind of restriction in that front would be a serious violation of the First Amendment rights as well, I think, or like free harbor, which is something that I do agree with ultimately. But that is not this bill. This bill doesn't do any of that. This bill also does not protect data privacy, like you mentioned. It's simply being sold as protecting Americans from foreign adversary-controlled applications in a way to try and pry away a successful social media application and gift wrap it and hand it to like a loyal American capitalist instead.
Yeah, totally. And I think there's also concerns about, content moderation generally, because the alternatives that people have for getting news and information out, like, Instagram or using Reels, which has a similar structure to the way TikTok works, has the problem that they have consistently been silencing and censoring a lot of people talking about Gaza. And in fact, I think one of the largest pages on Instagram was banned recently.
Eyes on Palestine was banned.
Yeah, Eyes on
Human
Palestine,
Rights
yeah.
Watch, literally, what you're talking about is like Human Rights Watch actually did a report on specifically banning pro-Palestinian voices and pro-Palestinian accounts or any kind of like mention of Palestine in general. And they're doing this openly. And earlier I talked about the ADL statement and the leaked audio as well from Jonathan Greenblatt. I think that there is an element of controlling the narrative and controlling the information. Here's lead sponsor of the TikTok bill, Representative Mike Gallagher, admitting the real reason that they're rushing to ban TikTok because it's becoming the dominant news platform for Americans under 30 and the U.S. government doesn't control it. Yeah. I wanted to hear your perspective on this, though, really quickly, because I think Nancy Pelosi, love her, hate her, does present a pretty good argument here. I wanted to hear what you had to say about this.
This is not an attempt to ban TikTok. It's an attempt to make TikTok
Jeremiah
better.
Bennett rocks over on IG. What's up?
Fire. Is that the main
Come on
argument?
over on Rumble, bro. To Nays Garden on Rumble and subscribe to the channel. Follow the channel.
She's awesome. Didn't she just make like...
If this is the prosecutor and you're in court, your client is going to perma prison.
Federal space prison. I would be interested to see what her most recent stock trades are in reference to any of this stuff. Wasn't there some guy who just dumped out a Boeing like the day before the investigation started? All these people are corrupt. But I will say that she makes some great nutty mode. She's a queen, and those are bars. And actually, I take back everything I said. Now I think she's right. Tic-tac-toe. It's over for me. I'm gonna be out of it. I'm out of a job. I'm out of a second job.
Okay, so you're angry. I wanted to hear more of your commentary on the situation. We're gonna be serious for a moment about everything that's going on, because I feel like I've covered this up and down all the way through. But I'm wondering if there's an angle that you, as a TikToker, first and foremost, could
Well, I mean, I think that
talked about.
I mean, I think something that's interesting that hasn't been talked about too much is the fact that there are millions of people who run their small businesses, legitimate small businesses, not like drop shipping, but like legitimate small businesses through TikTok, or have been able to have success running small businesses because of TikTok. Millions of Americans who will be absolutely screwed over by this.
Man, you heat it up right.
One of those people. Obviously, I would be sad to lose some income. Not that I'm getting a lot. I'm not getting that much money from TikTok, but I think that's an aspect of this. And what really scares me is that the language in this bill that they passed yesterday is very reminiscent of the Restrict Act's language, which I made a mistake earlier on Twitter. I apologize, because I thought that
Still
they passed the
tastes
Restrict
decent
Act.
too,
The
and
Restrict Act is
smooth.
still floating though. And some of the language is carried over from the Restrict Act. What I'll note is that...
Wow, I had a whole
foreign
dab ready to
adversary
go.
as a term is
I didn't
a
even use it.
malleable term. It's not a fixed term. They can add countries to foreign adversary. And this is just a foot in the door, in my opinion, to opening up the possibilities of censorship. And people are still talking about VPNs. They're like, oh, I can use a VPN. It's no big deal. I think, based on my reading of this, VPNs face... civil penalties if they, provide access. Like, I could see a situation where major VPN providers, if this bill is passed, will just prevent people from using going to TikTok so they can avoid getting in trouble.
One thing I just mentioned is, like, I come from a country that has serious restrictions on what you can access online. Turkey. VPNs work there, obviously. Turkey recently even went so far as to ban First Kick for gambling, and then also Twitch as well. Since then, it's been unbanned. But, like, things like this do not happen in America for one very good reason. It's not because, like, we value free speech or anything. I mean, I'm
it's
sure
like I wonder if I should try to heat it up again. There's so much oil down in there.
And my take earlier was that, like, if you take the treats away, people are going to get very frustrated because the American project hinges on you being able to have unrestricted access to your treats.
I do need my treats. That is why I will say I'm extra upset because I have a broken, rotted out brain, and I do need my treats, and it doesn't help.
Right on, Enoch.
I just quit my job, and I was looking at, like, damn, I brought in some money from TikTok this week. They Larry Davided me or something. This is like a Larry David situation. I feel I quit my job. I'm crushing it on TikTok. Now they're gonna take it away. That I'm killing it.
Yeah, they're doing this specifically for you, which is
I really think it's because of me.
For it.
I know behind the scenes. I know that you've been pushing for this.
Yeah, I am the puppet master. It's Turkish-controlled media, not George Soros. He's a broke boy. I'm the real billionaire.
I also think it's important to consider, quite genuinely, even though it might seem like an exaggeration, the impact that TikTok had as a platform over the last 4 years, you know, during the summer of 2020, obviously in the last several months in relation to everything that's happening in Palestine. Figures like Motaz and Bisan, you know, I know Motaz was also on Instagram, but a lot of people got stories out there or were able to get themselves out there because of TikTok. I don't think that would have necessarily happened, or it would have happened very differently.
No, I think that's another motivator. I think the first and foremost major motivator here is to pry away a successful product away from a foreign adversary that we've declared a foreign adversary, even though we do so much trade with them at the behest of, like, an American capital owner. But then the secondary reason is so that we can control and restrict what kind of information gets presented on this application, and also create another opportunity for backdoors. Like, this is a big part of, obviously, the mass surveillance
flavor's gone.
Post 9/11, especially a lot of these social media companies, like almost all of them, are also working with the State Department, whether it be surveilling, foreign nationals, or whether it be surveilling the American population. That presents a big national security problem for Americans, not because, like, China is surveilling us by way of TikTok. As we talked about earlier, data brokers exist regardless of what kind of information. They would just, like, go and buy it. Probably cheaper.
Scubro Rumble, what's up? Lordy Nordy.
Is more so to ensure that, you know, we have yet another avenue for controlling all of the back-end information that we can give to the government if need be, to the intelligence communities if need be.
I mean, it's also intensely hypocritical, like, when we talk about the Great Wall, the firewall in China for their internet access, being concerned, or members of Congress acting very concerned about what people have access to in other countries, and then to turn around and do this. But beyond that, like, you mentioned, you know, working with intelligence agencies, there's not a lot of transparency in the way that these things are structured or data is produced in the United States with American companies. You know, like, national security letters, they, like, refer to them, they have, like, the canaries in the coal mine. If you go on the transparency reports for companies like Twitter, Reddit, any company that has, like, user data that they have to provide to the government doing investigations, they can't say, oh, we got this many letters from the NSA requesting information for investigations. They have to give them brackets like we did between 0 and 1,000. Like, they're not transparent in terms of the way they talk about these things. And a lot of the decisions that are made, like the FISA court, or FISA, I think it's FISA, but FISA court, FISA court, okay. Sorry, my bad. I'm unemployed, you know what I mean?
There's another thing I wanted to say. Oh, this also, ironically enough, another angle that I just thought about that many have not brought forward is that this eliminates, like, a gigantic chunk of video games. Because Chinese companies also own a shit ton of video game companies, video game developers, and this bill also severely restricts that as well. Like, anything that's owned by Tencent is gone. Obviously, they're not doing that because they only care about, like, forcibly, like I said, prying away TikTok from ByteDance and, like, giving it to an American capital owner as a fun little crap. mean, this opens itself up to like every Riot property, technically. Valorant has kernel-level access to your computer. It's a very rigorous anti-cheat thing.
Rigorous.
They have like a phenomenal amount of access, like
Right
an
back.
unprecedented amount of access. You know, this isn't even talked about in Congress because they're all 800 years old and they don't know anything about anything, and they only care about like what is right in front of their eyes that some lobbyist told them is a good idea.
When's the Chinese government gonna like invite me to come out? Is
Dude,
my question.
That's my question too. I wish. I
Save
wish.
us.
Thank you,
Have
Lolo.
a great time.
Lolo
All right, bye.
overruled on TikTok until they ban it.
Yeah, until they ban me. Goodbye.
All right, bye. Twitter has rotted my brain in 2 weeks. Use of infinitely more than TikTok ever did in 5 years. Lamau. Yeah, I hate this because like it's coming at the heels of me also using TikTok more and more and moving away from Twitter a little bit, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, I don't like that at all, folks.
Arise Today is the only member of Congress that has ever been banned by social media.
Because I'm crazy.
By the way, it was Elon Musk's purchase of X that restored my social media account on Twitter.
I think we are the dumbest country on the planet.
Many Americans and many teenagers believe awful things, and they don't just see them on TikTok, they see them on Facebook and Instagram too. I don't think this will accomplish what the goal is to accomplish.
I hate that she's like, it's like her and Trump are on right side on this issue, being like, the real problem is Meta. They're not wrong in the energy, I guess. Technically, the exact same problems that you could point to with respect to algorithms, with respect to data privacy, exist where Facebook as well. Yeah, wrong formula, right answer. And it is so goddamn stupid.
By the way, most of the time, my posts on Facebook are shadow banned.
It's me. I'm the real victim here.
Write the date down. What happened to the sound? Did my audio cut out? Dude, I got full charge. What's up? Hello? What happened to the sound? Oh, dude. There is sound. Oh, the video's over. Oh, the video is over. I see. Stop panicking. It's okay. Conservatives versus Hollywood. Some more news. Israeli fire killed Israelis. Yeah, man. You guys... Oh, I got this over the screen right here. Hold on. You guys, check this out. They showed images of damage done to buildings where these Gazans were waiting for food, and they're claiming that it was the Israeli army that was firing tanks and mortars, and that Israeli army is trying to blame Hamas, for it. A whole bunch of people were killed, but I saw the images of the damage, and I'm here to tell you that it's possible that the holes in the walls that I saw, that damage could have been done with rocket-propelled grenades. It's possible. They do a lot of damage, man. They blow shit up. But if that was the case, most of those people would know an RPG compared to tank and mortar fire. Now, there seems to be some discrepancy as to whether it was tank or mortar. But it's not the kind of weapons that Hamas has access to is the problem. So when you look at the damage to the buildings, it's possible that damage was caused by RPGs. It's possible. There's entire walls caved in, just wrecked shit, holes, giant holes in walls, bigger than this, giant holes in walls, blood everywhere. It's looks like shrapnel ripped through all the walls and shit. I don't know, but I got a pretty good idea, This is one of the kind of things I can't put in the title, you know. Everybody that's watching across YouTube and Facebook right now, come on over to Rumble. Make the Rumble number go up. There's a direct link. We were talking about Trump predicted to lose 2024 by this Fox News poll that this guy did. He was polling Fox News watchers, and it would seem a lot of them are Nikki Haley voters, and it would seem that even if a small amount of them decide to sit out, that Donald Trump will lose, according to this one guy on Fox. Nikki Haley may have done some damage, but there's a lot of reasons not to vote for the current administration. You know, a lot. And the problem is, the reasons you don't want to vote for the current administration are the reasons you don't want to vote for Donald Trump's administration. It's the exact same reasons. But hey, did you guys hear this? Here it is. Newsflash. Did anybody hear Joe Biden actually mention cannabis in his State of the Union address? You guys know about this? Biden, State of the Union. That's so too. 24. Transcript. Can we find the transcript? 2024. It's not available. Transcript. God, if we could find that. State of the Union transcript. Read full text. Here it is. Let me see what we got here. Everybody just calm down, calm down, calm down, everybody, everybody, everybody just calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. Bam! Ba-flow, 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 ba-flow. Read the full text of Biden's 2024 speech. Continue reading. Okay, now, we want to bring up a search text on a browser or in Windows. We hit Control T? No, my bad. That's the wrong thing. That's not it. Is it Control R? That's not it. That's not it. I don't know what I just did. There's like a... Is it Alt or something? You want to bring up a text search on for a page. I want to search. I wonder if he uses the word cannabis. It's going to be near the end probably. I'm scrolling through it right now. It's long. Man, he spoke for a long time, everybody. Holy shit. Asylum, immigration, predecessor, border, conscience, confronting climate crisis, gun crime, families, Hamas, GDP. We're getting near the end, I think. It's missing parts. And now that it... Billy, you're funny. I get that joke. Poison the blood of our country. God damn, dude. That's your State of the Union, is speaking out against Donald Trump? Really? That's your State of the Union address? It's a fucking chance for you to fucking politic? What an asshole. Go do some rallies, bitch. Go do some interviews, motherfucker. If you're too old to run, if you're too old to campaign, then get someone else to do it. Step down. It's that simple, Biden, you fucking idiot. I'm going to go through this one more time. Search. Roe v. Wade. Right to choose. Roe v. Wade. Vaccines. Jobs. Pandemic. Poison. Plant. We get jobs back. Not that plant. Not that kind of plant. Kitchen table. Prescription drug costs. When's he mentioned cannabis, dude? Dude, this is such a long-ass speech. I'm exhausted just trying to scroll through it really fast. It's fucking huge. Alright, I'll figure this out right now. I'll figure this shit out right now. Control F. Find. Yes. There it is. Search. There it is. Okay, let's try cannabis first. Also found marijuana. All right, there it is, guys. Keep building public trust as I've been doing by taking executive action on police reform and calling for it to be the law of the land, directing my cabinet to review the federal classification of cannabis and expunging thousands of convictions for mere possession because no one should be jailed for using or possessing cannabis. And that's it? That's it? That's it? No, he never said that. You guys, he never said that he was... No. No. They've already done all that. Expunging thousands of convictions. He's talking about things he did. He's not gonna looking at legalizing or anything like that. That's bullshit. He's very explicit right here in not saying that. You need to take people for their words, not just try to guess what they mean, folks. He literally did not say that. I'll read it to you again. Here's the transcript. This is from MSN.com. Full text of this fucking speech. He says, he precedes all this, but we have more to do. So that's in the context of, but we have more to do. Then he lists several things, and then he gets here. But we have more to do. Skip two things. Keep building public trust as I've been doing by taking executive action on police reform and calling for it to be the law of the land, directing my cabinet to review the federal classification of cannabis and expunging thousands of convictions for mere possession. Because no one should be jailed for using or possessing cannabis. That's it. And he did not say call it cannabis. But this is what I'm pointing out. We have more to do directing my cabinet to review the federal classification of cannabis. What do you mean? It would take me 5 minutes. I'd talk to a few experts and find out, that this is ludicrous to have it on any of these classifications. There should be no law regarding cannabis. It's that simple. It's bottom of the hour. If there was any law, I'd say it's time to smoke right now because it's bottom of the hour. There you go. You want a law regarding cannabis? How's that one? Everybody smokes some. Kepper's all like, you ready for me? God, you guys are chatting up a storm. I love it. I'm reading it right now. I'm reading all your chat. Okay, so there's nothing else in here about cannabis. Like I said, it's a long ass speech. And all he said is, but we have more to do. Help cities and towns invest in more, blah, 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 blah. Give communities the tools to crack down on gun crime, blah, blah, blah. Keep building public trust. I've been doing executive action on blah, 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 police reform, blah, 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 blah. Directing my cabinet to review the federal classification of cannabis. That's it. That's all. That's the only thing he said. So, wherever I heard that Biden was talking about legalizing cannabis in his State of the Union speech, that's bullshit. He's not. He mentioned something he already did, which was too little, too late. And he also said he was directing his cabinet to look at it, which they talked about that a long time ago. And where's cannabis? What schedule is cannabis? Let me tell you, oh, that's right. It's right up there with heroin and fucking all the other poison and shit. Fuck this lying piece of shit administration. So you're not getting that out of either administration. Not from the Biden administration and not from the Trump administration. Just pointing it out, guys. These fascist cunt motherfuckers, they're groomers. They're fucking grooming you. They're grooming women out of their rights. Republicans are literally grooming adult women. All the way up until they can no longer give birth again. They're grooming them. Even after that with the in vitro. Right? Groomers. They're trying to tell people how to live. They're trying to shape people, mold them, groom them by controlling them over shit that doesn't involve them. Get out of fucking people's bedrooms. Get out of their private lives. Get out of women's bodies. You fucking little dick Republican cunt motherfucking Nancy Pelosi bitches. And you're like, oh, Nancy Pelosi. No, let me tell you about Nancy Pelosi. She's Catholic. Oops. Let me tell you about Joe Biden. You want to hear something? He's Catholic. You guys want to hear a little story? A little story about the vice president? She's Catholic. They're all Catholic. And guess what Catholicism says about women's rights? And guess who all say that they're devout to their religions? So they can look at us and lie. It's okay. They'll be forgiven by Jesus. They had to lie to us so that they could protect the babies. They got to protect those 120 cells. Kepper's like, so they're child molesters if they're Catholic. You think that's bad? Look what the Jews are doing. Look what they're doing in Israel. You think that's bad? Take a look over there, man. That's all bad. It's all religion-driven bullshit. If there wasn't any religion and stupid flags, we could all live together and quit fighting over shit. Find out all the shit we have in common. But the goddamn IDF and fucking Netanyahu fucking cunt fuck is over there making sure that the world can't have nice things. Also, we need to give all of Ukraine that Putin has seized to him and say, you don't get any more, but that's good. We'll just, okay, you got it. You got us. Joke's on us. That's yours. And that fucking stupid war too. He took the land he wanted so that they would stop fucking bombing into Donbass. And, as long as he feels like they've got enough of a safety zone there to protect his Russian speaking Ukrainians, then, Yeah, right, Belly? Because that's what it's going to end up being. Like that shirt Eddie Vedder wore, I remember. And that's where we are. I bet you he's wearing that shirt again, bro. What is this? Jordan Klepper reacts to Katie Britt's disastrous State of the Union response speech. That woman that sat in the kitchen in that green shirt from Alabama that did that read back. I've not to this day, I've not been able to sit through it for more than a few seconds. She's so disturbingly obnoxious that I can't, she's so, she's so smug in her delivery. It's such a smugness and the word I'm looking for is self-righteous. It's beyond smug self-righteousness that anything I could describe, and I cannot even handle looking at it. It is just so bad. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Joining me now is Jordan Klepper. He's a contributor for The Daily Show, and I'm so excited to welcome him back to the show. So I have been wondering what the thought bubble was going on in your head when you were watching that Katie Britt response. There's a lot to unpack there, but what did you make of it?
Well, it was definitely my least favorite Tennessee Williams play, but I was glad to see it resurfacing again. I think, frankly, performative outrage is a skill, and it's something that you saw her take her first swing at, which is always an exciting time for a performer. As a failed actor myself, I know what it's like to be handed a shaky script and not have the skills to really communicate with my audience, and I felt a certain kinship with the senator there. But she gave it her best. She knew who she was playing to in an oddly sexual way more often than not. It felt like she was coming on to the moderate GOP moms of America with stories of human trafficking, but hey, if that's the game plan, good luck.
She did tell a horrific story, as you mentioned, involving a migrant and human trafficking. She strongly implied it happened in the United States on Joe Biden's watch. It actually happened in Mexico when George W. Bush was president. So let's just listen to what she said on Thursday night and how she tried to clean it up.
Oh, let's see if they show her.
We wouldn't be okay with this happening in a third world country. This is the United States of America, and it is past time, in my opinion, that we start acting like it. President Biden's border policies are a disgrace.
Did you mean to give the impression that this horrible story happened on President Biden's watch?
No, Shannon, look, I very specifically said this is what President Biden did during...
No, you mean I very specifically said. Isn't that what you mean? Because isn't that how you talk? Or were you, like, not keeping it real?
His first 100 days. Minutes after coming into office, he stopped all deportations.
So look, I mean, it's a horrible story, but she clearly got herself into a bit of a pickle there. I mean, do you feel watching that she cleared things up for everyone? And what do you think? I mean, because you have spent a lot of time with MAGA voters at rallies. How do you think they digested her performance and even her cleanup this morning?
Well, I don't think a lot of people pay attention to the cleanup. It's one thing to go on Fox News and Sunday Morning, but a lot of the people I talk to at MAGA events have only seen the out-of-context clip they put online. And so, yeah, I think she got the headlines she needed. She spoke with fear. She spoke with outrage. She had the headlines. I think those got digested into the MAGA sphere. This follow-up, what happened this morning, I think it's compelling. I'm happy to see media pushing back on that narrative. But yet again, that's not how people digest the narrative. They digest the initial tidbit and they move on. So I think probably from her perspective, in many ways, mission accomplished.
Crazy to say, but you talked to a lot of these voters. Now, before Super Tuesday, you ventured to a Nikki Haley rally in North Carolina, and I want to play a little piece of you talking to a Haley voter about why she'd still support Donald Trump in a general election, just to give everyone a taste of what you witnessed there.
What?
Why can't you be done with Donald Trump?
It's just, and the sex cases and all the, I mean, come on, just the fact that you have all the criminal stuff.
It's insane.
It is insane.
No one should support him for president.
No.
Yes.
But, yeah.
But if it's him versus Biden, you will support him for president.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, come on.
You were all of us in that moment. So, I mean, look, you talked to a lot of these voters. I mean, what is your biggest takeaway from all those conversations you had with these Haley voters? They're horrified by Trump, but a lot of them would still vote for him from the ones you talked to.
We were really curious about that question of where this group of voters goes. I think the big takeaway is I think the Biden team needs to be worried about this. These folks didn't need to be explained to about the dangers of Donald Trump. They articulated it better
This is exactly what we're talking about. So this guy that did this research, he supposedly is saying that these Nikki Haley voters, a lot of them are not going to support Donald Trump. And what he's saying is bullshit. He's like, they're all going to come running to Trump when Joe Biden is the alternative.
A lot of the folks on the left that I've talked to would articulate their fears and their anxieties. But also, Joe Biden is dead in the water in their minds. He needs to articulate a vision to get them back on that page. I expected there to be much more openness to the idea of accepting somebody outside of their original party. But when we pressed, a lot of people said they wouldn't vote, but most people went back to knowing they don't want to support a Donald Trump presidency, but not being able to allow themselves to support the idea of Joe Biden as president. So we walked away feeling like Joe Biden needs to start communicating to these voters or find a whole new option, because the Joe Biden in their mind is one with which they will not support.
Hard to watch. Okay, before I let you go real fast, everybody wants to know, how much Jon Stewart talk of Katie Britt is there going to be tomorrow night? What should we expect?
Well, I'm always excited to go into the morning meetings where we get to digest the news of the day or the weekend. And so that's when I have the best job in the world, where we all get to sit around a table. We would get to...
That's cool. Okay, right on. He's hilarious. Watched him for a long time on The Daily Show. He does like what you just saw. He does that live reporting where he goes up to people and asks them questions and just lets people answer the way they want to answer. That's basically what he does. He's really good at what he does. Craig's having some freezing problems with Rumble. Is the Rumble giving a little fumble? Quite the little bumble with the Rumble. Might it be having a tumble? Don't grumble. let us find what everyone else has to say about the Rumble. Everyone else is having issues? Are we all having issues? We can all agree? We're all having rumble, fumble, bumble issues? Yes, fantastic. I wanted to end the show anyway. All 42 of you, I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one later, okay? Thanks for watching. I will see you guys. Remember, I'm at Nay's Garden on Twitter. I'm at Nay's Garden on Twitter. I will see you there. That's where I put up all the cool stuff, all the behind-the-scenes things. You don't want to miss out on that. At Nay's Garden on Twitter. I'll see you there, okay? And Truthier News on Twitter, truthier.news. And please make sure you follow and leave a thumbs up at rumble.com/user/Nay's Garden /user/Nay's Garden /live, if that's where how you found this. And I appreciate that too. All right. Bye, guys. You guys are still here. Why are you not leaving? Are you not leaving yet? Why aren't you guys leaving, man? What are you guys doing here still, man? You're still here. Kepper's all, you wanna schmee me? No, I'm done with the schmeeing for now. Personally, I'm good. I just want to see how many people are gonna leave because I said bye. Kind of curious. I gotta go. I gotta go. But I was just wondering to see how many people were going to stick around. I can't click away because an orca is threatening me. Watch for orcas. Now it on. What, Rumble's on? Rumble's working again? YouTube's still playing. Rumble is good. You guys are having good on Rumble? Alright. It's a lot of viewers. I hate to drop so many people. Oh, I hate it. I hate it, man. But 2.5 hours of show. That's good. That's plenty. That's plenty. But you guys remember what I told you about Twitter and Rumble. That's where I'm at. Find me there at Nay's Garden. I'll be there, alright? Alright. Alright.